Welcome back.
Pythias system, Homovios, and Prodromos.
Descent is green.
Coordinating. Path is calm.
Gets us away from the sun for a while.
Loot from our outposts. And an Ark escape pod. Where'd they get that?
They're not keeping it.
We need an up-close scan. This is the nav point Suvi gave us, but there's nothing here. Just this beacon.
Transmission's probably routed through a bunch of these. If I was spouting treasonous nonsense, I'd be careful too.
Heads up. Looks like a Keg construct. Enemies! Let's see where this beacon leads us.
Pathfinder, I have located another node on this network. Updating your Omni tool with the information.
stronghold.
The BlackRock signal comes and goes. You've evened out the weather, but I wouldn't call reception clear. EO still feels frontier. Claim, but not tame, we like to say.
Look, Ket set up camp. I think that's Ket tech. Stay alert. Looks like that's it for hostiles. Let's see what this beacon has for us.
Pathfinder, I have located another node on this network. Updating your Omni tool with the information. Pathfinder, this area can be mined for resources. You can extract minerals via your mining interface. Cat signals detected ahead, Pathfinder.
Heads up! There might be a remnant in that site.
As high as we climb, it feels like there's so much more out there.
The BlackRock feels old. Good to remember we're the new ones.
I like this. It stands tall, has cracks, good for dropping shit.
transmission is strong and unobstructed here, Pathfinder.
Looks like we found it then.
Someone got here before we did.
Exaltation lifted our ancestors out of sorrow and tribulation. This noble gift now allows us to raise others and share in the genetic bounty of this galaxy. But the Archon would selfishly hoard what Helios has to offer.
Recorded messages?
Meant to be broadcast to the Ket, most likely.
Well, we found it. This looks like a comm console. It's probably what's sending out the messages.
Too bad there's nothing else here.
And so you have found me. You are a single-minded creature, Pathfinder. I see it now. Your determination will grant the Ket dominion over this galaxy.
Determination is a personality trait, not a genetic one. Not that personality is something you understand, or have.
You waste time on pettiness. I did not reveal myself as a traitor easily. I did so only because I seek a mutual benefit.
Getting rid of the Archon.
The Archon's obsession with the Remnant incites chaos and endangers all we've worked for. This must end.
I take it you need my help for this?
I am Ket. I do not need help. I would use you as a tool to hasten the Archon's destruction. I need only ensure nothing stands between you and your target. Once he is cut down, the Remnant will cease to be a concern. We will complete our purpose here and leave.
Exaltation? No thanks.
One day you will be family. Till then, fight if you must. But I offer a reprieve from this conflict, so you can destroy a mutual enemy.
It'll give us an ace in our back pocket. Just make sure the gun's loaded when we use it.
We don't need some Ket cheek. Come on, kid, be smart.
What exactly do I get from this deal?
Sometime soon, I will be called upon by the Archon to destroy you. When that time arrives, I will provide you with the means to disable my ship.
Or you could just leave me alone.
And should you fail to bring down the Archon, my treachery will be exposed.
Ket manipulation at its finest.
Why do you oppose the Archon?
The Archon says he will use Meridian to dominate this cluster. He says Meridian will bring us victory. We have never needed Remnant to be victorious. No, he wants more. His ambition is plain. I am not alone in this thought.
We don't deal with Ket. Ever.
So be it. I hope you found some satisfaction chasing my messages. You will gain nothing else from this. I bid you goodbye, Pathfinder. We will not speak again.
Ascent is go.
Leaving Atmo. All clear. Welcome back.
Tracker we need.
Right. We need to find Dr. Kennedy before the Rokar.
I'm picking up something.
Erratic. It's drifting. And I'm getting Ket drive wash.
Now the Ket are involved? Damn it. Get close.
Towards Vold. Beginning approach.
Orbit is steady.
Approaching the LZ.
I'm detecting below normal temperatures.
Mayday, mayday! Any initiative personnel, we need help!
This is the Pathfinder. There may be Rokar and Ket closing on you.
No, not now!
This does not sound good. Can you make a run for it?
Running is unlikely, Pathfinder.
Is she sick?
Tempest, Dr. Kennedy will need an escape vector ASAP.
Understood. Give me a gun.
Impressive, but she still needs help.
needs power.
Tell them to hurry.
We hear you, Doctor. Hold on.
I'm on someone else's schedule. Oh!
Take them out. Kennedy shuttle needs a path.
On it.
Temperature is falling, Pathfinder.
They're too close. I'm taking off.
Wait until you're clear.
There's no time.
Enemy down. Are you clear, Doctor?
What about it, Kennedy?
We're safe. He's safe.
Get clear, Doctor. But we have to wrap this up with Addison.
Understood, Pathfinder.
I'm reading a temperature decrease. Pathfinder. Life support is back online. I'm detecting below normal temperatures. Automated protocols activated. Deploying forward station.
Lots of respect for the Angara. The way they fight, it's almost Krogan.
Mining zones in this region are available, Pathfinder. I've added them to your nav system. Environmental temperatures are within acceptable limits. Life support restored. I'm reading a temperature decrease.
All systems green.
Old orbit is steady.
Pathfinder, you have pending vid calls.
Pathfinder, I have Dr. Kennedy on the channel. She is very tired, but alive.
And the baby?
Lungs like a banshee, and safe.
And now that you're back in the fold, it's the Initiative's job to keep you safe.
This all started with tech that could steal Initiative resources.
Dr. Kennedy has graciously offered to return her research, and any resources gained along the way.
I could always just purge all data.
No thank you. We'll keep things simple. You and your trackers all safely accounted for.
We fought off Ked and Rokar. Those threats won't just go away.
That's the Nexus way. Shut the doors and hope. Don't get me wrong, I'm grateful as hell, but it won't be long before none of this matters. There's others out there. I was just furthest along. If you want it safe, make it all safe.
Prodromos has started reversing the procreation blockers. You'll fit right in.
It's not too far. If you ever want to talk.
I haven't changed, Foster.
That's what I hoped you'd say.
You never said what name you chose. Maybe Pathfinder? Sarah's good too.
No, it's David. David Edward, for an old friend. Goodbye, Ryder, and thank you.
Strike team ready for deployment.
orbit is steady. Anomaly on sensors. Probes launched. I found something. You're sure that astronomer's nav points are correct?
You seem to think so.
There's nothing out here.
The Scourge didn't swallow a satellite whole. It can't do that, right?
I'll let you know. Let's check other nav points. I'm picking up something. Deploying probe. I found something.
Let me guess. No Angaran satellite?
No, but I've got something else. Message buoy from an Angaran ship. They came here looking and didn't find anything either. Left a marker for us.
Must be the team our astronomer sent.
They headed to a new nav point. We should join the party. Anomaly on sensors. Deploying probe. Getting a scan. Stand by. I'm cutting through heavy interference from the Scourge.
You're pretty close for comfort.
Something's drifting just inside. Angaran ship. In pieces. No life signs.
Who did this? Ket?
I found the ship's log. Scanning and downloading. Scavengers. The Angara caught them stealing satellites. The Scavs fought back, and the Angara collided with the Scourge.
Can we find the scavengers?
I have their ship's transponder ID. It's registered out of Kadara port. Dara.
Pathfinder, this area can be mined for resources. You can extract minerals via your mining interface. We're approaching the scavengers that stole the Angaran satellites and destroyed the search vessel.
What are the odds they'll surrender peacefully?
Less than 1%.
Scavengers chopped those missing Angaran satellites into scrap.
I'll have the Tempest retrieve what's left for transport to Aya.
No Angara here, just our people. Welcome back. Now orbiting Kadara.
You're always a welcome sight, Pathfinder. Still no word from our search vessel. How goes your hunt for the missing satellites?
Your people caught scavengers from Kadara Port stealing them. There was a fight. Your ship lost.
I sent them out. And risked your life, too. The scavengers, Angaran? Have our deserters preyed upon us again?
Criminals were my people. Exiles. They ripped your satellites into scrap. I brought what's left.
The initiative is supposed to explore, not steal and kill. Why would your people steal something that protects us all? Murder those who are only trying to help.
These were a few bad people. There are thousands of good ones out there.
How can we tell the difference? Maybe the others are right. What if you are no better than the Kett?
These scavengers abandoned the initiative, just like your deserters left you.
And we hate them too. Keep what your people stole and go. I can't talk to you anymore.
Sorry to hear things went
I
south
know,
for that
I
Angaran
shouldn't-
astronomer rider. Found a silver lining, though. The scrap satellites are gonna come in extra handy.
Not as handy as what we could have had, but I'll take it. Hello?
Hey, it's me, Kerry's producer. Hakeem, Kerry's producer. I'm the one making you look stunning for the documentary. There's a hitch. Kerry's been arrested for conspiracy to incite unrest. She's in a cell at the militia headquarters. Any chance you could stop by? A visit from you might shake things up. Remember, Kerry's down in the militia cells. She'd probably love a visit.
After a high-profile exile, Krogan are returning
Oh, hey, Ryder. Hakeem said they arrested you over the documentary.
Guess I tweaked the lion's tail too hard.
You had to tell the truth, whatever the cost. You did what was right.
You know, they've had other people in the cells. Rioters, people crying and scared. Me and my truth did that to them.
Imprisoning a vidmaker for her work seems historic. Too bad no one recorded it.
They took my camera, but I was scribbling a few notes. Maybe I could use this. Thanks for coming, Ryder. I'll send word if anything changes.
Any logistics updates are due within the hour.
Hello again.
They're waiting for you. Careful.
Of course you approve. Ryder saved your people.
Ryder saved our people. It doesn't matter if they were Salarians. They were citizens of the Initiative.
But it doesn't hurt if there's a few less Krogan around, does it?
The Pathfinder.
Ryder, we were discussing how things ended with the Archon.
Kesh, it's true I had to leave some Krogan behind. I'm sorry about that.
You've already done your part for us. That's more than I can say for others.
Yet I have to question what we gained, provoking the Archon like this.
He had a map showing the location of Meridian. Now we have it, and a short window to get there. It's the control center for the terraforming network. If we get that working, all our problems are solved.
Based on what data? This is all alien science.
The vault on Aya suggests that Meridian is the key.
While I appreciate what you've done for our strike teams, we're not equipped for a war with the Ket. They'll be defending Meridian with everything they've got.
This is how we beat them. The Archon doesn't know how to bring Meridian online. He can't control the technology. I can.
Vaults, maybe. We don't know if Meridian works the same way. And attacking the Ket, only to find out you're wrong?
Then there's this Sam of yours. We took a chance letting AI get involved. Frankly, I'm uncomfortable with just how involved it's become. I'm grateful, Ryder, but I can't support your plan.
Then I will.
And so will I.
I agree.
Ryder deserves a chance to try.
I applaud the gesture, but you answer to me. I hope you understand.
We hear you loud and clear.
Good. That will be all.
Why am I surprised? I don't exactly have a plan B.
There may be a way. Pathfinder, apologies. There was an urgent message for you. They said your brother is awake.
What?
Go. We'll talk later, in the tech lab.
Scott.
Sarah.
Touchy-feely time. Don't you think you slept in long enough?
I thought it was Saturday, then Sunday. Then I figured someone turned the alarm off.
With what you've been through, no one was sure what would happen. How you feeling?
Oh, like the galaxy's biggest idiot. Of all the stupid things to happen.
Not your fault.
Yeah, but if I'd have been there to help you, maybe Dad.
No one could have saved him, Scott. I wasn't even sure I should tell you.
I'm glad you did. That would have been a hell of a thing to wake up to. I'll miss him. But right about now, he'd be telling us to stop moaning and get on with it.
There's no shortage of things to do.
Yeah, I hear you're the great and honorable Madam Pathfinder.
Please, it's nothing like that.
As soon as I get my gear, well...
Careful.
No way are you fit for duty, sir. You need a chance to mend.
Yeah, says who?
The Pathfinder, that's who. Time to rest up. That's an order, Specialist Rider.
Pulling rank already. Better hope I never tell anyone about that year you only ate paste. Was it first grade or second?
You can keep talking if you'd like. Just no arm wrestling.
Ryder, this is Pathfinder Riggs. We have some ideas about Meridian. Come by the tech lab as soon as possible.
Will do.
Hey.
You feeling out of the loop, I imagine?
A little, though I've heard bits and pieces of things from Harry and the medtechs. Sounds pretty serious.
Just the fate of the entire initiative. Every man, woman, child, and everything in between facing certain extinction. The usual.
Oh, well, I'm sure the Pathfinder manual covers that.
Yeah, we'll have it wrapped by lunch. There's a race of aliens called the Cat. They're led by a scary nutjob named Archon who wants to turn all of us into them. We both want Meridian, which is the heart of an alien terraforming network we're trying to activate. We do that, maybe we live.
Look at my big sister being all proactive. Meanwhile, I'm mastering the art of peeing in a plastic jar.
You should also know, Dad was keeping some secrets from us.
Like what?
Turns out Sam is even smarter than anyone knew. And Dad juiced his connection to Sam. It's a lot more powerful than other Pathfinders. So is mine.
I guess rank has its privileges. What was Dad up to?
Dad encrypted some of his memories in Sam. I've started unlocking them.
What were they?
You and I were there, so was Mom.
You actually saw her?
It was at the hospital the day she died. And that reunion dinner she wanted us at so badly.
Right. Dad was his usual talkative self.
But there was something else. I saw Dad talk with a benefactor in the Milky Way. Some initiative bigwig I'd never heard of.
That's news to me.
Yeah, I'm still hoping I can figure out what it all means. Feeling homesick at all?
Still trying to get my sea legs, but I think about what might have been if everything hadn't gotten screwed up.
Screwed up how?
Start with Mom dying. I never cried so hard. And Dad? He was never the same after that. He put so much into Sam to save her, but... well, AI's as illegal as it gets in the Milky Way. After the Alliance kicked him out for it, everything changed. Suddenly, being Alec Ryder's kid was a black mark. You and I were never going to live that down.
What do you think would be different?
Well, while you were looking for Prothean artifacts, I was standing watch over a Mass Effect relay. Hell of a thing to stare at every day. I dream about what was on the other side, the adventures I would have, the things I would accomplish. But when everything got screwed up, well, I guess I'll never know.
I thought maybe we could talk about Mom and Dad.
Sure. What about them?
Thought you might want to know how Dad died.
I was going to ask you.
Habitat 7. There was this alien terraforming machine that had us stranded. Dad figured it out and shut it down. That saved us our ass. Then, all hell broke loose. My helmet got smashed. I couldn't breathe. I was suffocating. Then Dad gave me his helmet.
He sacrificed himself?
I never really knew with Dad. He could be so distant. I guess he loved us more than we knew.
When it mattered most.
Yeah. What do you remember about how they met?
Well, she was in the Alliance researching early biotic implants. That's about the time she met Dad. He was on Earth for N7 training, I think. He says he swooped in and swept her off her feet. Had a whole bad boy in uniform vibe that was irresistible.
Dad?
I guess it worked. They got married. Then the First Contact War started, and he was sent off to fight. After that, we were born, and Dad was posted to the Citadel as an attaché.
What do you remember about growing up on the Citadel?
Big space station chock full of all sorts of aliens. Scary at first, but pretty soon I was playing laser tag with Turian and Solarian kids. Looking back on it, maybe that's why I'm here. The Citadel showed me life has no limit on possibilities. It made me ask, what else is out there?
What do you remember about Mom's biotic research?
Mostly that it's the thing that finally killed her. Biotics were an unknown back then. So were the dangers. All sorts of rare diseases hit people working around EZO. Mom was trying to design implants to help people harness their abilities. She was a pioneer. And she actually gave a damn.
You still think about Mom?
Yeah. Especially now. I wonder what she'd say if she could see us.
Dad talked about her before we went on our first mission.
Really? After she died, Dad seemed to shut down. He hadn't talked about her in years.
He loved her. I think he was just lost.
We all were.
Well, I'll let you take it easy then.
Yeah, you wouldn't believe how slammed I am. Got a nap, then doze a bit, then try to catch up on sleep.
It'll get better.
Not before you find that Meridian. I want in.
I'll take pictures.
An expedition to Eos in the Pythia system has discovered a mysterious facility that authorities are calling a vault. Though not much yet is known about the underground structure, it's believed to be remnant in origin. Noted Asari scientist, Helisaria Basale.
What we activated in the vault drastically improved the atmosphere on Eos.
This is HNS.
Hello?
As sleepers wake from stasis, the initiative urgently requires blood, tissue, and DNA donations. See a medic if you think you may be eligible. This is HNS.
Ryder, one of your father's memories is available.
Let's see it.
A moment. There is an added layer of security.
What was it Gian Garson said? The code word is Fulcrum?
That worked. This is the last memory your father encrypted, from the final planning stages of Hyperion's departure.
Castus, thanks for calling. Not a lot of people still admit to knowing me.
Those were good days in the Citadel, Alec. I checked with my son Garrus. He works there now, CSEC.
And?
He says the Council thinks Commander Shepard's story is bogus.
Uh-huh. But?
Privately, a threat to start a bomber.
This threat, they're called Reapers?
Shepard's word for them. Something about a cycle, an extinction event that happens every 50,000 years, galaxy-wide. And supposedly the alarm clock's about to go off again.
Unbelievable.
I know. But according to Garrus, Shepard's as level-headed as they come. Takes after you. And it's him. So, if the commander says these Reapers are coming, I don't want to be around to see them.
Thanks, Castus.
Take care.
Yes?
I checked around. There might be something to this.
If there is a war, the scramble for resources will be on a scale we've never seen before. The chaos will be monumental.
We should accelerate our timetable.
Then we'll keep the reason quiet. No need to alarm anyone. But the arcs must be underway before any fighting starts. We can't get caught in the crossfire.
Agreed.
Is there something else?
Years ago, you mentioned salvation for a lot of people. You knew this was coming.
I knew something was coming. In theory. Shepard made it real.
And now that you're right,
We'll need a new home. We're going to be all that's left of civilization.
Sam,
Yes, Pathfinder?
track down my kids. Tell them their old man needs to talk. It's urgent. And how is Ellen?
She remains in stasis. As you hoped, it has suspended the progress of her disease.
Make sure her pod is on the Hyperion. Don't use her real name. I'll tell the kids when the time is right. Hey, Sam. Transfer Pathfinder access. Encrypt memories. There's still hope for your mother.
Mom is here? Alive?
Alec blocked all knowledge of this memory. I now recall his directive to put Ellen into stasis. He hoped it would halt further progress of her disease until a cure could be found.
Sam, this is the best news I've heard in a long time.
It is indeed cause for optimism, although Alec did not want to raise hopes prematurely. This is the reason you were made Pathfinder, to see the process through.
Where's Mom now?
Here on the Hyperion. Ellen is in a stasis pod under a false name, Elizabeth Riley.
So this was Dad's plan.
Alec could not live with the thought of Ellen recovering, only to discover you had died. He sacrificed himself to ensure you and Scott could one day be reunited with your mother. He was also concerned that what he knew about the Reapers and the Benefactor remained secret. He entrusted you with this knowledge. Additional logs with pertinent information are now unlocked in Alec's quarters.
Now we know what Gian Garson meant. That something big spooked the Benefactor. It was these Reapers. What do you know about them?
A Spectre operative in the Milky Way, Commander Shepard, launched an investigation in 2183 into the existence of an ancient race known as Reapers. According to Shepard's information, The Reapers invade the Milky Way every 50,000 years to destroy any advanced organic life. Allegedly, this cycle has been occurring for millions of years. Shepard claimed the Reaper's return was imminent.
But why was Gian Garson murdered?
Recall Garson's words about the benefactor. Now they're moving 100,000 of us to Andromeda. I hope it's all for good, but I have my doubts.
What does that mean? Who was or is the benefactor?
Unknown.
That was over 600 years ago. Was Shepard right? Did the Reapers come back?
Additional logs in your father's quarters have unlocked. Their implications are troubling. Your father believed it prudent that you have this information should anything happen to him.
Got it. I need to go find Mom.
Your father's personal logs.
We've just arrived in Andromeda. Before the rest of the Hyperion wakes up, I've checked our comms for any signals from the Milky Way. Looks like sometime in 2186. Everything went to hell. We got out just ahead of it. Commander Shepard was right. So was our mysterious benefactor.
This is Paladin Command to all Turian units within range. Under catastrophic Reaper attack. Primarch Fedorian is dead. Ground units are searching for the next in succession. We'll advise when. Everybody get down!
Alliance personnel, please stand by for an emergency flash traffic message.
This is a galaxy-wide alert for all human territories. Fleet Admiral Stephen Hackett has declared threat condition Saber 1. Enemy presence confirmed in Sol System. Earth under Reaper attack. I say again, Reaper attack is underway. All instructions to follow on coded channel Crimson Tacit. May God save.
Hello, Alec. This is Liara Tassoni, and the year is 2186. I don't know if you'll even receive this message, but we corresponded years ago. I remember you spoke about a plan to settle Andromeda. I don't know if your arcs made it out of the Milky Way, but the worst has happened here. I'm with Commander Shepard and a brave crew. We're trying to build a weapon to turn the tide, but I fear that the civilization you remember, the people of the Milky Way as you knew them, could be gone forever. You may be all that's left. Please, don't forget us. Keep us alive in your hearts. And tell your children of the wonders that once were. On behalf of the crew of the Normandy SR2, this is Dr. Liara Tassoni, signing off.
Alec, this is Gian Garson. For the record, year 2185. It's about Fulcrum. I'm on the Nexus and we're going into stasis for the voyage. Looks like you're already asleep. I'm very uncomfortable with our benefactor, and the fact that we still don't know who they are, and all these lives in our hands. I should have done something sooner. This is all very troubling, Alec. Let's talk as soon as you reach Andromeda.
Jen, I got your message about Fulcrum. It's now 2819. We reached Andromeda but have no sign of the Nexus. I have the same concerns as you. In all likelihood, the Milky Way... well, something terrible happened there. At least the benefactor spared us from that. But why keep hiding? Something's off. But we've got bigger problems at the moment. Habitat 7 may be a bust. Finding a home is all that matters now. I'm securing these Milky Way reports. This is the only copy, and I don't want it getting out. Whatever happened was 600 years ago. Someday we might break the news to everyone if the time's right. I guess we always knew there was no going back.
A bar opens on the Nexus. Visitors herald the vortex as a sign of civility, and the opposite of civility, as more sleepers wake in need of a drink. This is HNS.
This is not good. Damned exiles.
I'm glad to see you and your brother back together finally.
Now that he's awake, what's the prognosis?
Everything looks good. Scott's a fighter. His recovery had more to do with that than anything I did. Though we need to keep him around for observation. Give him time to recover.
Your health checks out, so you're off to a good start.
Welcome to Andromeda.
There you are. What's all this about? Okay, this is the pod you told me about. Who's Elizabeth Riley?
If you could have one person back in your life, who would it be?
Well, Mom, of course. I mean... Hold on a second. Elizabeth Riley. Her initials. ER. Are you telling me...
I saw Dad's last memory. ER is Ellen Ryder. He put her here. Scott, it's Mom.
I don't... How... Wow. How is this possible?
Dad loved her that much. He wouldn't give up. Not even at the bitter end.
For a man not given to rash action, his emotion drove his decisions in the end.
This is incredible. So Dad being a pain in the ass finally paid off. I want to shake his hand. And then punch him. Why didn't he tell us?
Dad was being Dad. I'm just glad she's still with us.
Well, let's get her out of there.
That's inadvisable. Although Ellen is alive, reviving her would trigger the disease, which would prove fatal.
I guess you're right. You don't want to mess around with that.
Your father understood this would take time.
What do you mean?
Alec hoped that in Andromeda, we would discover new scientific insights that could provide answers. Our journeys in Helios have indeed provided valuable genetic knowledge, information that could lead to a cure. But patience is required. For the moment, enjoy the fact that she is still alive, and that your accomplishments will one day save her life.
Just make sure she stays safe, Sam.
We lost her once. We're not losing her again.
My original purpose was to ensure the survival of Ellen Ryder. It is a mission I hope the three of us will one day fulfill, together.
Hang in there, Mom. We missed you. We'll get you out of there someday. Don't go anywhere. Sorry. Couldn't help it.
How's it going?
Ryder, good to see you. We've been working with Dr. Aradana and her team on the problem of getting to Meridian.
We think we have the answer.
I'm listening.
It's plans for new technology we've designated Ghost Storm.
When you approach Meridian, our own ships can broadcast fake returns for the Tempest.
The Kett won't know which is real. It will confuse their sensors and draw their ships off. It could buy you some time.
Sounds like this has never been tested. What if it doesn't work?
You're clever. I'm sure you'll figure something out.
This means going against the initiative. We're on our own. You didn't hear that.
Hear what? We've been collating gamma charts all day.
A risk comes with the job. Part of being a Pathfinder.
Let's get to it then. The Archon isn't sitting on his hands.
First, you'll need to research the Ghost Storm technology. Then we'll rendezvous at Meridian.
Good luck.
This is Kett DNA? Are you sure the scan isn't contaminated?
I'm certain, Professor.
But then, Sam, we need more data on life in the cluster, whatever you can find.
The beauty of the cosmos unfolds in your planet scans, Pathfinder. But there is more they can do.
Do you have something in mind, Doctor?
Plans for a school are underway to inspire a new generation of young minds. I want to craft a model of the cluster for them, accurate and splendid from your data. My prototype is on that console. Add more scans to improve it, and I will share my educational budget with you, and my thanks.
Ryder?
Ryder, could we talk a moment?
What's going on?
Ah, there you are. I was wondering, when you found the Solarian Ark, was anything strange? Out of place?
You mean besides the Exalted Krogan, the relics, and getting jabbed in the neck? Why are you asking?
Because a few hours ago, we received this.
Hello, Ryder. I don't think the Solarian Ark was captured by chance. If you want to know more, meet me at these coordinates.
That's all. Do you think it's some sort of hoax?
Now that I think about it, a Kett armada just stumbling across the Solarian Ark seems a little convenient.
Coincidences do happen, though when you put it like that. I'll put the coordinates for this meeting in the nav computer. I suppose there's no harm in making sure.
Pathfinder.
Hey, Ryder. Word of warning. You die again.
What can I do for you, Pathfinder? You know where to find me.
The Ghost Storm technology has been fully researched, Pathfinder.
Excellent. We're ready to make our push on Meridian then. I'll call a meeting immediately.
Entering atmosphere. LZ in sight.
Don't trust any of this remnant.
Got them all. Those are the coordinates we were sent.
That thing about the Solarian Ark?
Stay sharp.
Ambush!
Right into it.
Let's look around. They might have left something. From their gear, they were hoping to capture someone.
Probably me. Sorry about that. Though, if you'd broken a sweat, I'd be sorrier.
You sent us the message about the Solarian Ark?
Yes, Major Salem Vaughn, STG, retired, of course.
What's STG?
Special Tasks Group. Back home, we were field agents who gathered intelligence and handled inconveniences.
Just say assassinated people.
If you prefer. As I said, these days I stick with retiree.
Espionage is a job that follows you home, or across galaxies.
Until there's nothing for it but to grow a conscience. Let's be frank. There are too many inconsistencies aboard our Ark. They only make sense if someone betrayed us to the Ket. My best suspect is a biologist, Dr. Adams, but the evidence is thin. I need a pathfinder to verify what I've found, or I risk arresting an innocent man.
Who's Aden? Why would he betray his Ark?
An ex-military biologist from the early wake. As for why, I intend to ask him. I only have to. If we show Dr. Adams in regular contact with the Ket, that would prove he's the one.
Bridge is yours, Pathfinder.
The crew is ready to discuss how to approach the Remnant City, Pathfinder. Beginning approach.
Volt orbit is steady.
Approaching the LZ.
I'm detecting below normal temperatures.
Looks like Ket ahead. We should be careful.
Remnant, stay on guard. Ted, by the bridge.
Where there's Ket, there's trouble. We have to deal with this. Let's do this! They were carrying explosives. This looks like some kind of Ket detonator. What were they doing?
We should investigate.
Those Ket definitely planned to destroy the bridge.
There could be more explosives, Pathfinder. Might I suggest finding and disarming them all?
Steady hands. Steady hands.
Old bones are getting stiff. Do you have to hit every bump?
Feeling, big guy?
Well enough to bench a smartass.
That's Techix, according to my map.
The temperature is falling, Pathfinder. Environmental temperatures are within acceptable limits. Life support is stable.
This must be Dr. Adams' workspace, the one the STG agent is investigating.
This equipment has been sterilized with a standard radioisotope. There are trace elements of biomaterial that could be consistent with exaltation pods.
Or they could be leftovers from Adam's experiments.
What about the other lead?
Okay. By the way, I'm the senior architect.
temperature is falling, Pathfinder.
How does it feel to have your botanist back?
Not as much fun as chasing down the pricks who took him. But that kid's where my people need to end up. The old ways are worn out.
Not all of them.
Pathfinder, this area can be mined for resources. You can extract minerals via your mining interface.
Cat machinery, watch out.
Let's get a scan. Dr. Adams' contact. Loading ammo! We're being flanked.
Environment check. Temperatures are within acceptable parameters. Life support is back online.
Let's get a scan.
I'm detecting below normal temperatures. This cat has a Milky Way comm device implanted. Particle vibration on the transmitter. Environment check. Temperatures are within acceptable parameters. Life support at 100%.
We're going to need to research the Ghost Storm tech for the other Pathfinders as soon as we can. Fold orbit is steady.
As sleepers wake from stasis, the initiative urgently requires blood, tissue, and DNA donations. Medic, you think you may be eligible. This is HNS. A reminder to all personnel, overtime hours remain in effect.
Ah, Ryder. Grab a seat.
So afterwards, the cat got twitchy. Took me a while to get back.
They must be afraid you're close to figuring out exaltation.
Oh, I hope so.
So you're finding out the cat's dirty exaltation secrets?
That's the plan. Your star maps were helpful, by the way.
Oh, of course. I'll be charting the Scourge for a while, though Ryder's data from the vaults is helping. I'll send you our latest.
I'll take a copy as well. Anything to expand the search grid.
You're still looking for stasis pods?
And finding them. Having a partner AI makes one hell of a difference. I guess I need to train a successor, and figure out how to prepare them.
I don't think this is a job you can prepare for. You live it, and do your best. More groundwork would have helped in the early days.
Huh. Well, that's worth knowing.
In the meantime, we've a serious matter to deal with. The first vintage bottled in Andromeda. Sent as a gift.
A good thing I brought my flask. Damn, that smells good.
Since we've got a moment to ourselves, shall we toast?
To our crews, our Sams, and each other. May we always find our path home.
Colonial Affairs, please advise Director Tan of your status.
So it's official. You're part of our little club.
I know I was reluctant, but it was the right call. Thanks for the push.
I'm not worried. You're good for it.
I'm trying.
Any luck finding other survivors from Natanis?
Brought in another batch yesterday. Still too many unaccounted for, but we're getting there.
I'll keep an eye out.
Thanks, Ryder. Appreciate it.
How have you been since HO47C?
Fine, I'm fine.
If you ever want to talk about Mason, you know where to find me.
Thanks, Ryder. Really, I'm just not ready.
How's life on the Nexus treating you?
Running water and rations. It's a beautiful thing. I can tell people are still shook up from the uprising, but compared to Varl, things almost feel normal.
So, how are you finding the new post?
Not used to having people question my actions, but I like the challenge. More than I thought I would.
Any regrets?
My only regret is that Mason isn't here to see me play diplomat with Tan. Back in the Milky Way would have punched sense into that worm. Now, I use my words. I'm a changed man.
Pathfinder versus Spectre. How does it compare?
They're completely different beasts. As a Spectre, I worked in the shadows. Intel was on a need-to-know basis. Here, everyone's looking to me. Looking to me. It's all out in the open.
Which do you prefer?
Being a Spectre was easier, but being a Pathfinder is more rewarding.
Good seeing you.
Stay...
I can't believe how much the Solarians suffered. Is there any monstrosity the Ket won't stoop to? But Rake is safe and well, and so much more competent than me. I do have a long way to go.
I haven't run into Sarissa yet. Do you know where she is?
I don't. She took her weapons and armor and left without a word.
Will she be all right?
I pray she will. Sarissa has a powerful spirit, but this hurt her terribly. I almost feel sorry for the next Ket she sees.
I get the sense you draw a lot of strength from your faith.
I do. It's a comfort to know I'm never alone. Though I suppose now, with my Sam, that's doubly true. Do you have any particular beliefs?